Hey friends, it's Tuesday morning, and this morning we're going to talk about what's a good breakfast. What's a good weight loss breakfast, or better yet, a fat loss breakfast, but one that retains muscle or helps you build muscle. And so, and so most people think in conventional terms of foods that they have to eat and foods that they can't eat. Okay, and mostly I'll have scrambled up egg whites with spinach and tomato, mushrooms. And so on and so forth, and then oatmeal. But I don't do that every day, okay? So this morning is what I call my conventional, for me, unconventional breakfast that most people would probably shun or look at as being wrong. But the one thing I'm trying to get across with these different breakfasts or different foods is that if you're eating the correct foods, meaning foods that are full of nutrients and not refined and process, then the food you eat will give you energy. The energy you get, you'll be able to transfer over into weightlifting, running, whatever it is you have to do, energy, which will then burn off calories and toxins and things like that, and make you feel really, really good. And then also help you lose body fat if you want, while retaining muscle, because you're getting in enough protein, fiber for cleansing out the system, and other nutrients for that. Okay, so check out my for Dan conventional, unconventional breakfast. All right, check this out. Okay, so my unconventional breakfast is I'm going to have 2 farm fresh eggs. Sometimes I do 3, mostly only 2. Okay, because I'm eating the yolks and everything in case of this morning. Um, I'm not some guy that thinks, oh, egg yolks and total cholesterol bad for you, but I do know as you age, you should not take in as much cholesterol. Okay, just because your body doesn't do what it used to do as you age, and I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I don't have yolks every day, but a couple times a week I do. So I'll have 2 of those today. I use an iron skillet, always iron skillet for frying mine up. I also use coconut oil. If I'm using sweetener for anything, it's going to be honey, and I'm always using Ezekiel bread. All right, and I use those in there, and also I'll show you how I fry my eggs and what I do to give it less time under heat. Okay, the first thing I have going on is I'm using the coconut oil, and I put about a tablespoon in the skillet, and I've got mine on just past medium. Okay, a little bit more. You don't want it to be too hot, but you also want it to be hot enough so it takes less time to cook and does it quickly without burning anything. So again, first thing, I've got my coconut oil, about a tablespoon of that heating up right now. Okay, I have my toaster out, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 pieces of Ezekiel bread. Now, I leave my bread in the freezer to keep it fresher longer, because there's days I don't have bread. So about every other day or every third day I just don't go through a lot of it. Okay, so I leave it in the freezer. I pull out 2 pieces and I thaw it. When my skillet's nice and hot, you can see it is, but it's not too hot. I put my eggs in there. The important thing is that when you put eggs in there, you want it to start to sizzle. You don't want it to sound like it's burning, but you want it to sizzle. Now, this is not usually the way I put my eggs in there, but because I'm holding this at the same time, I cracked them, put them on a plate, and I'll put them in here. See that? Now, because I don't want to overcook them, I put the lid on here, and that's kind of like soft boiling or so on and so forth. Okay, so it'll keep it warm. I don't flip mine. If anything, leave them sunny side up, because the more you cook it, the deeper you go, the longer, the more vitamins you're going to destroy. While my eggs are cooking, I take my Ezekiel bread, I pop it in the toaster, and I get that done. Also, I have in my coffee in the morning, if I use a sweetener, I just put some honey in there, some raw honey. Not much, a tip of a teaspoon, a little more, but again, it's better for you than white sugar. Raw honey at least has some good nutrients in it. And then I put my eggs on the toast. Eggs on toast, voila. And I'll just drink some water with this also. And I'll have 2 eggs. Usually it's 2 eggs, 2 pieces of toast, sometimes 1 toast. If I don't want to eat the eggs, on the toast. Then I have the toast separate, a little bit of butter, and again, I use the honey on it. But I like to put it on the toast. It tastes a lot better for me. Okay, so that's Dan's conventional for me, but unconventional for most people who talk about nutrition type of breakfast. Okay, why? So I have the Ezekiel bread, which is going to give me the carbohydrate I need, sustained. So it'll hold me over for like 2 hours or better. If you know anything about Ezekiel bread, you know it's much, much higher in fiber and the proteins because of the way that it is not milled. I have the eggs in there, and I've got more protein because there's actually more protein in the yolk than what there is in the white. So I just don't do it all the time with the yolk because of cholesterol, and you find that as you age, regardless, your body won't assimilate and use as much. So you want to run as clean as you can and as simple as you can so that your body absorbs everything. So I have plenty in there. Remember, I use coconut oil, so I have good oil in there. The butter I use, I make myself, and again, I like to, I've done one before on YouTube, maybe I'll do it again for you. I either flavor it myself while I'm making it with garlic and or honey, and there's other things you can do. So those put together hold me over for a few hours, are real good. I'll use that every couple of days, that breakfast every couple of days. Mostly it's the one that I usually talk about. Remember, losing body fat and holding muscle or building more muscle or losing weight really doesn't have anything to do with calories. It does, don't get me wrong. The law of intake and output is in there. But if you're having good foods, let's say 2,000 calories a day, they're going to give you energy and keep you moving fast and working out and all that, you're going to actually retain muscle and lose body fat. If you eat only 12 or 1,500 calories of junk food, you're not going to have the energy. You're going to feel like crapola. And on top of that, you're going to want to eat more junk food, especially come the evening time. So fill up, eat right, then get out there and do something with it, okay? If you do that, I guarantee you that you'll change. You'll get healthy, you'll feel healthy, you have a lot of energy, and you'll feel like training and doing so on and so forth. I'll see if I can do tonight's dinner for you. I've got a really kick butt, unconventional but conventional for Dan dinner tonight. So check that out. If I don't post it tonight, I'll at least tape it and then I'll put it up in a day or two, okay? Have questions? Just write me, and also please share this, okay? Let's see how many people we can get on this Facebook page in this group and get their comments. You comment in there and maybe tell me what you do for breakfast, okay? Or ask questions and I'll answer them in the forum. Thanks. Have a good one.